The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around and run your mouth. Check yourself, don't misbehave. What's that? Come on. Sting! Oh, you ain't know what's it. Come on. Back again. Yes! Wife and husband start to row, as many does do. Husband say, woman, where my food? Wife say, who you talking to? Husband start to raise his hand, but the wife ain't move. Husband say, get out of my way. Wife say, hey, you don't know me, eh? Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around and run your mouth. Check yourself, don't misbehave. Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around, me, flip your wing. Boy, you're messing with the sting.
Hey, what a beautiful, beautiful, kind of cool Sunday that we're having here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Remark. I know you didn't hear your usual music, but today we want to maximize the 90 minutes that we have today because Darwin Russell, we on vacation, really. It's a vacation weekend, and we just want to get in here, get a good conversation, get out of here, and get off the road. I see it's a cool evening, like I said. It's a good evening for bed and watching a good movie. I'm not talking about a violent movie where they shooting and killing. I'm talking about a nice, good, solid, maybe a mystery type movie where you can try to figure out the plot, or maybe something funny, something hilarious. But
I could do with some killing.
You can do it
for yourself. Yeah. I could do with some killing.
My Lord, man, that's too violent for you.
No.
They can't handle
sir.
that. They can't handle that. They can't handle that.
Are you ready?
No, man, I don't want none of that. I want family time, family movie, mommy and daddy loving each other. Don't mind me, I like that little action thing too, but I got to promote peace and safety.
My Lord.
So this is Remark here, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I'm sitting in the presence of none other than the one and only great Darwin Russell. You want to say good afternoon to the people, Darwin Russell, the killer. You say he's the killer. see, I didn't flip that back on him.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. Good afternoon, my friend. It is the 12th of October.
My Lord.
In the beautiful Commonwealth of the Bahamas. There's no better place to be
Yes.
than in Nassau, Bahamas right now.
Well, that's all well and good, man. Listen, man, today is a great day. My good friend Craven and his beautiful wife, they are supporters of my family. They are community builders. They are nation builders. And, I had a conversation with him over the course of this weekend. And, of course, he's an extremely strong person in terms of his views. And, of course, Garth Roseboro is also extremely strong. But I'm trying to get us to the point where we can understand each other's strengths. And we can still, like you said, agree to disagree, but your view is your view, my view is my view.
Absolutely.
As long as we continue to build this nation. And so this show today is actually in tribute to him and his wife, because I appreciate what they do. And I want to start recognizing some of you people in the community who build others up, and you do your endeavor best your way. Of course, your way isn't always, but you do it in your own familiar way to build a nation. And I have to applaud all of you people today as we go into what they call Heroes Day.
So we talk about unsung heroes today.
And unsung heroes, I want to talk about identity.
Identity.
You don't know who I is. See, a lot of us don't know who the other person is. We only assume who they are. But the things that they do, like how I spoke to Debbie Bartlett during the week, many people know who she is, but the younger people don't know who she is.
Yeah.
I spoke to John Boswick today and said, I need to have a conversation with your mother, Dame Janet Boswick. And of course, he said, man, she would love that. And she wants to also speak to my mother. And of course, you've never heard Darwin really go in depth about his family and his parents and so forth. But these are unsung heroes. And so Craven and your wife want to thank you today for your continued support to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And of course, before we go to the phone lines, I have an interesting person on the line. His family is also a builder of this nation. But in his own way, he also, even though we may not always agree, he is still a brother and a friend. He's a Bahamian. And we have to learn where we can be in the same house, not, as Darwin just said, enjoy a good killing movie. Because we certainly just going to have a little family movie. We may disagree as a family, but we still got to remember one thing. Nobody comes to the Bahamas when we need a row. We can row each other. We can fight each other, but ain't nobody else coming here to take what we got. Absolutely. And so on the phone, we have Nico Moscow. Nico, I promise to give you 5 minutes because your son recently got married. His son is a next generation fighter of the country. Now, whatever that means in terms of fighter, but he has just gotten married. So I think when you first get married, you don't know nothing about war. You got to learn how to make peace for it. Am I correct, Darvin Russell?
My Lord, what
so
is that?
Nico Moscow, tell us, man, how's your son doing so far? And is he now a peacemaker or is he a warmonger? Nico Moscow, you got 5 minutes. I'm giving it to you. You are a supporter of Guardian Radio. And like I said, we want to take time to recognize the people who support us. And Darvin Russell is here. And you were telling him all about the fish and the poison fish. And he was smiling and chuckling because he said some of these things he didn't know. So welcome to the show. And we'll be giving you 5 minutes. And then we got to launch a show. You don't know me, eh? Go ahead.
No problem. And Darvin,
Yes, sir.
I'm so happy you didn't eat any of the fish that I told you about.
I did not.
And listen, I've been on the ocean all my life, and my son, I had him on the boat out in the big tournament since he was 4 years old,
Okay.
and I can send you guys pictures. But I'm so proud of him, and the back end of all of this, you're a proud man, and then all of a sudden everyone's calling you grandfather and papu. Papu is grandfather in Greek, and I'm not ready for that. So, and anyway, Darvin, you call me.
Yeah.
I'm an encyclopedia of a lot of things, and 30 years as a lawyer. And but anyway, your co-host is one of my best friends.
Yes, sir.
So, but thank you for the kindness that you guys afford to me.
Well, how's your son doing? Want to hear about your son in this wedding that y'all had? It was a Greek Orthodox wedding?
Yeah, we're. How do I put this? You marry one of us, you marry all of us. That's how the Moscows work. And we're Greek and we're Orthodox. And as a person of faith and also education that you are, you understand what Orthodox means and where it came from. We were the original church, and then the schism in 17. Garth, you're going to have to help me. 46, and one side, the West wanted, or the East wanted a pope, and we didn't, and that's when the Great Schism happened. And we do the same things from the Holy Father's time. So, and that's how, in a nutshell, how religion has disseminated through time. But you're the theologian, and you know better than I do, but I'm quite versed in it.
So we as a Bahamian people now, your son is getting married. He's married a beautiful lady.
No, he's married.
He's married now.
He's a man now, apparently.
He has no more time left to get out. He's now fully in. That's what you're trying to tell me.
He's locked. He's in jail.
It's not like the Jewish festival where you got a whole week to get in and try to get back out.
No. He signed. The funny thing was, is I told him, and as you know, I'm a senior lawyer, and you finish.
Oh, okay.
And he signed it a week before, and he called me up. He says, "Daddy, I signed it."
My Lord.
And I said, "Well, you finish." He goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "You forgot, right?"
Well, I'm going to share this with you and Darvin Russell. I saw online the African guy, watch him from time to time, and the lady asked him, the wife asked him, Darvin, he said, why do you think women have to feed their husbands? An African guy pondered the thing. Did you hear the answer to that, Darvin Russell? Let he go. He says, well, you have to understand internationally, all jail keepers have a responsibility to feed the prisoners.
I'm sorry. Ladies. Anyway, that's one of my best friends. And anyway.
Well, listen, man, we can jumpstart the show. Tell them congratulations. And I'm going to jumpstart the show right now. We're going to play a little music to take a little break. We're going to jump into the show. You're welcome to call back. Craven, welcome to call in. You people are listening, to the angel out there. This is a great holiday weekend. Enjoy your family. All those beautiful people who support us, Christina Brennan, happy belated birthday to you, Prescola Nails and others. Listen, we know who you are, we know where you are, we know what you do to contribute to our country. Today on Heroes Weekend, we want to thank you, raise our hands and salute you, and hey, you must be don't know who I is, hey. We're going to be right back.
Wife and husband start to row, as many does do. Husband say, woman, where my food? Wife say, who you talking to? Husband start to raise his hand, but the wife ain't move. Husband say, get out of my way. Wife say, hey, you don't know me, eh? Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around and run your mouth. Check yourself, don't misbehave. Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around, we clip your wing. Boy, you're messing with the sting. Oh, this us, boy. Come on. Know how to do it. Yeah, we do it. What? Coming to you. Oh. Watch this. This man went down to D.C. as bad as hell. Yeah, they cut off me light, cause he ain't paid no bill. He said, my brother got big boss. Yeah, we bad out there. You must see one lose his job. Oh, you don't know me, eh? Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around and run your mouth. Check yourself, don't misbehave. Hey, you don't know who I is. Fool around, we clip your wing. Boy, you're messing with the sting. Come on. Yes, man. Come on. Get here. Get here. Oh, yeah. Women walk into a store, you know they like to shop. They spot one designer gown, they start to pull and yuck. Yeah, so you better let go. Better walk away. Don't make me go crazy up in here. Yeah, you don't know me yet.
When it comes to hearts at Cleveland Clinic, you can't miss a beat. You seek the best care possible, work with the brightest minds, and leave no stone unturned to get to the heart of the matter. Because understanding is always the first step to overcoming. For every heart in the world, see how we're advancing the future of heart care at Cleveland Clinic today.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles. And it's only a click at alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's good to be alive.
Boy, you know what going down tomorrow?
No, babe, what happening?
Joe bringing these knives to school. He could do Junior in.
For what?
Boy, he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And you know, John, you don't back down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you on?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody. I ain't no snitch. I mean cool, you know.
Boy, if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, him and these boys coming for me next.
All right, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
We could just call Crime Stoppers. You could report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So how did I boy?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the calls go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pen from them, and you can claim a reward later using that same pen.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Don't be mad at us, you know. Hey, but you ain't know who he is, eh? You best to know.
And we are back. This is Remark here on a Hot Heroes Weekend. You know, they said back in 1492, on this particular time, that one Christopher Columbus came over and discovered other people who were living here. Let me put it to you that way. So, for the old world, they said he discovered the new world for the old world. But definitely Darwin Russell, the new world just discovered old people live on the other side of the world, bringing their old ways. And where we are today here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, we got to now begin to determine, man, is the old way better or is the new way better? Do we continue to diminish that which is new for that which is old? Or are we simply saying that, you know what, our new ways just are not cutting it, it's not strong enough, we need to go back to the old ways. And so in our identifying Darwin Russell understands that most things in life end up on an economical line or ends up in commerce. And so as we look at our nation, even heroically, can we tie that into economically, that we can simply say that we have much to celebrate today, or are we going to simply go back to 1492 and reset? And so in the studio to me is none other than Mr. Darwin Russell himself, who's a great businessman, one that is continuously growing, one that's continuing to avail himself to the masses to educate and to teach a better way of managing your assets, how to stay away from liabilities. And he has sacrificed once again his time here in the studio today with us. And so I want to give him at least another 3 to 5 minutes to just give a short discourse as to what he thinks our Hero Weekend is all about, of course, Heroes Day. And where does he believe we are now in terms of our identity? And then holding on the line, we have none other than Nico Moscow, who wants to give 2 or 3 points that he wants to add to what you have to say. But just respectfully, we have to let Darwin Russell give his view uninterrupted, and then we'll go to Nico Moscow, and then we'll throw the numbers and go to the public. Go ahead, Mr. Darwin Russell.
So good afternoon again, Garth, and to the nation. So when you think about, we had a good celebration today, for example, in church honoring some of the folks that are going to be honored tomorrow who are members of Mount Tabor. So shout out to my MTC family. But I think that one of the things that we have to be careful of as we celebrate these national icons that have done so much, sometimes and oftentimes so unselfishly in service to this nation, we have to make sure that the heroes that we emulate are the ones that are in our environment, and even maybe more specifically in our homes. Our parents and siblings need to become heroes for their other brothers and sisters. Like my parents were my heroes. They were the people that I saw go to work and sacrifice and do the things that were required to keep our family together and make sure that we were loving one another. And so I have been fortunate enough to carry that on with my child, and my siblings have been fortunate enough to carry that on with their children. So when I think about heroes, I really think about the people that make the realest impact in our lives. It is not some celebrity that I watch on television or some Instagram influencer that I pay attention to online. It is the people around me. It's the guidance counselor. It's the pastor. It's the teacher. It's my doctor. It's whoever is in your sphere of influence that loves you as a person and means the best for you. And that's who I want our listeners and their families to really soberly consider on this National Heroes Day.
I appreciate that. Nico Moscow, you're on the line. You do tell us that you come from a Greek lineage. Now, what I want to know in your knowledge base, tell us about the hero Alexander the Great. I think he died, Darwin Russell, at a young age of like 32. He was one of the most powerful emperors of all time. He actually conquered the entire world as they knew it. And Nico Moscow, tell us a little bit about that before you go ahead and give your insertion. Nico Moscow.
Well, the question really becomes is he that great? And I asked, it's just like Attila the Hun. You don't become great without killing and slaughtering.
What? That's
right?
That's that violent movie with Darwin talking about?
That's right. I got plenty movies, and I do tactical combat, and you know what I do, besides being a lawyer. But Darwin said something absolutely poignant. This Heroes Day that was a brainchild of not this administration, but the party. And the people that are honored, albeit wonderful, I mean, great. But what about the guys that are in the dirt? What about those that have died? What about those that have served? And it's all politicized. I think this Columbus Day is absolutely garbage. And they're not heroes. The ones that have given the absolute sacrifice in life are the heroes. But not saying that the people that have contributed are not. And also, I hate to say this, I'm Greek, and I'm brown, whatever. But where are the white faces?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the white faces that have built this country? And whenever this administration or this particular party is, they give you whoever it is. But at the same time, those individuals have skeletons and demons that are world renowned. And it's a joke. What about those that fight? Those that are on the radio, like you gentlemen. What about those that fight for their what is right? You're being posthumously or whatever it is. You're being accredited for being something that is untoward. It's garbage. And I say this to our commander-in-chief, which he's not. Stop giving people these accreditations when there's the dirt is beyond them. Look at the people that have given to the Salvation Army. Look at the people that have done this. This whole idea of I built this country, I did this, that, and the other, it's crap. The whole idea is the people that are out there that walk the streets and give money day to day that you don't know about because you're paying them back, it's got to stop. Now, I'm not taking it away from the people that deserve it. But the whole idea is, it's enough. Why is every face in the country a hero that is a black face? What about all the white faces, the brown faces, the Oriental faces? Not there. This is a political exercise for votes. And I can tell you some of the greatest heroes that you don't even understand. A member of my family has put over 300 people through high school and college. Hero, he's not there. But you have all these jokers that are there. What about the person that I know that gives $100 a week to the disabled and everything else that are outside the food stores and everything else? That's a hero. Not a pundit of the PLP or whoever they are, right? It's got to stop. The true heroes are the ones that are in the ground. And the ones that are dying, they have the means and everything else, and then you put them up in front of the governor general, and here you go, you put a pin on them. Who are these people?
Well, we're listening to the voice of Nico Moscow, and I appreciate your insertion, Nico Moscow. And so, Robin Russell, I'm going to take it over from there.
I hope I didn't offend, but I really don't care. But long and the short of it is,
we always care.
The heroes are what we are.
Yes, we always care, even when people don't feel as if we do. Thank you so much for your contribution.
You're welcome. I love you guys, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
God bless you, eh?
Okay, so here's where we are, Darwin Russell. And I listened very intently, as I know you also did. And, of course, anytime we talk about race relations, we talk about politics, we tend to get a bit nervous. Our brain starts to work. We either go to the left side of the brain, the right side, whatever side works best, and we come to our own conclusions. Here's where I am, Darwin Russell. I listen to individuals, and I know that each individual has a right to their opinion. Each individual has a right to come to their own conclusions. Each individual has the right to exercise and to live their life according to that which they believe. I can't fight you for that. And I know that there are some statements that are made that makes others comfortable. Like, for instance, when I was in Barron Springs one year, and my nephew just called me to say hello to me, and I was on the air. I told him I had to call him back, right? But I was in Barron Springs, Darwin Russell, real story. And my mother says, Garth, I want you to go and listen to your sister play the saxophone at the band recital at the high school. And I'm in Barron Springs, a town of 3,000 people. And I said to her, Mom, I'm not really interested in band recitals. I'm extremely exhausted. I was doing landscaping at the time to make ends meet. And because I decided I would go to the recital. Now, Darwin, you got to help me with this. Do not leave me out in the cold with this. And I want Nico and everyone else to listen to me very carefully. I attended Queens College when I grew up, when, of course, the population of Queens College was mixed. It was white and blacks. I went to St. Thomas More, where it's mostly black. I went to St. Augustine's College, where it's mostly black. I went to Jamaica School, where it's mostly black. So I go to Michigan now, and I'm living in a white town. That's where my mother lives. So when I walk into this high school, Darwin, all eyes turned on me. Now, my sister's the only black person in the band.
Gotcha.
Jesus. And I felt like this huge, like, black cloud just came over me, and I was like, well, my God, do I really belong here? Now, that sounds ridiculous for an educated man, but that's what my mind told me walking into that auditorium. Everybody just spun, looked, and stared. Now, I know I should be wrong for feeling the way I did as an educated man, but the people in that auditorium, do you feel they should take some fault for, like, the look that they... I mean, why would you just... Everyone else is walking in of different races, Chinese, Caucasian, American, Indian, etc. They're not spinning and looking, but the minute I walked in, I felt the presence of everybody staring at me. So I walked in, I sat down, I'm like, my God, what's going on here? The other time that happened to me was different, though. Same high school. My mother says to me, let's see. I said, okay, who's playing? She says, your youngest brother. I said, I play basketball with him sometime. He ain't all of that. He ain't all of that. I know how to out-muscle him and score over him. She says, you need to see your brother play. So we go to Barron Springs gas station across the street from McDonald's. We're putting gas in the car. And a lady, her daughter's name was David, she says, are y'all going to the game? My mother said, of course we are. So she said, are y'all going to watch Crispin play? Crispin is my brother. She says, my God, he is magnificent. He is awesome. And I'm like, who are they talking about? So I just figured, they're just being nice, and we put the gas in the car, went to the auditorium. And Darwin Russell, from the time I entered the auditorium, you should hear the chants. Chris, Penn, Chris, Penn. The game hadn't even started. And they were chanting my brother's name. I got goosebumps now telling you the story. So I'm walking in with my shoulders high. I'm walking proud. And I had to let people know, hey, that's your brother. Okay, thank you very much. I didn't say it for my sister, but I said it for my brother because the environment was different. But I'm the same person. So what is it about other people that make us either feel insecure or secure when it comes to aspirations, when it comes to dreams, when it comes to work environments or educational environments? What is that all about, Darwin Russell?
Can I answer truthfully?
Please do.
Okay.
Be a hero today.
I am not of the view that the first example had as much to do about the audience than it said something about what you were feeling.
Okay.
And forgive me, my friend, because this is just how I am.
I can handle it. I can handle it.
I do not, I think it was my older sister that said this to me, and I don't know if it was a quote from a movie or not. But it was along the lines of, you change environments don't change you.
Okay.
I have lived that my whole life. The way that I move, I do not allow those around me to affect me. And I've done that because for a lot of my life and early in my life, I have had to deal with those same stares. They weren't white stares. They were stares from peers, older persons. I was always the youngest in the room. Sometimes the smartest in the room. And I wasn't supposed to be, according to the others who were looking at me. Now, my mother, Audrey Russell, has always instilled in her children a level of unparalleled confidence. Some people look at that and they say that that's arrogance. It couldn't be further from the truth. I have never allowed others' definition of me to be what defines me. I don't feel uncomfortable in spaces and places where others attempt to make me feel out of place. And that is purely because of what is in me. Now.
In you?
In me.
I like that, and I want to make a mark next statement. So go ahead.
So here's what happens to us, and your experience is not a unique experience. So it resonates with me because I've had to deal with as a father of a daughter who had your experience. Once again, this isn't a white and black thing. She had that as her personal experience in school. And daddy wasn't there to help her navigate that. She had to deal with that on her own. And now that she's older, when she retells the story, the only thing that allowed her to overcome that was not daddy coming to her aid, was not mommy fighting her battle, was another friend that told her about the greatness that was in her and that she need ignore these people who are trying to pull her down. She's 7, being bullied.
My Lord. Chris, we got a call on the line? Call on the line, let's go.
Yeah, good afternoon, Garth.
Hey, guy.
Hey, my brother.
And Darwin.
Hey, man.
So I just happened to walk into the shop and listening for the past 15 minutes.
No problem, my brother.
So, I just wanted to chime in on the conversation. Of course, I have to agree with Darwin, right? And so that's the problem with us, right? As human beings, those without confidence is twice defeated in the race of life.
Oh, I love that.
But with confidence, you have won before you have even started.
I love that.
And so we know that education is good, right? But we look at the status quo narratives, biases, the manipulation of education to subjugate those who you deem as less educated, right?
Yeah.
You would have professionals on the radio, and they would never admit when they're incorrect.
Fox.
And what happens is, I hate to use the word autodidactical, polymath, I don't know, but I know for me personally, in my self-actualization, I don't know what that, but philosophically, but I'm saying is, so what I've learned, and you might have heard me on the radio during the pandemic and likes and et cetera, but I don't, for me as a person, to know me, I don't like to down people much as exalt. So, I prefer to just be neutral, but I don't like to exalt people too quickly.
Yes, sir.
And let me give you an example. I was in the hospital the other day. I was sick. And so people would come around and they were praying, right? And for some reason, like if I knew someone and I said, but man, you can't really pray for me because, I know the background. Some people, I might say, my auntie, my Grammy, people I know, I prefer that and I can also pray for myself.
Wow.
I said a prayer with the janitor one night. You understand what I'm saying? And that was a female janitor, and she gave me confidence because I wouldn't stop bleeding. You know what she said to me? She said, something through God, because she get to know my personal life. But she said, you can be all right. And really, it's just basically for me holding on for my children. But what I'm saying is, in short, confidence is needed because people, I don't know what gaslighting is,
Yes.
but us as black people in general really, I guess something Garvin said that we let people determine who we are, and this is where the problem is at. The self-actualization is lacking. We lack confidence. It's the inferiority complex. We just. I think the passive aggression would be displayed. Obviously, we see the way we drive, the way we live, but just keep the positive effect on the airways,
yes,
man.
Sir.
And God, something you said the other day, God said something the other day in the last show you all had together, and I knew it was profound and it was true. God said, and it was something to do. This is not verbatim, in which young people or people they don't want any guidance, external guidance from people who are older than them, et cetera. But in a sense, you want to come to me. I can't remember what the conversation.
No, I remember.
We can't guide ourselves. And even as an upholsterer, because that's the same conversation you mentioned. You know something, God, when I talk with other upholsterers, you don't believe it, we solve problems more, and we teach one another different methods and easier ways to do things, and our minds open up to so much different things because we're sharing knowledge on how to do this and how to do that. And all of us comes up with easier and better ways, and this is the way it is. And so I find out it's more productive for me to consult, to take counsel with them versus to run competition with them. And so this is what life is. Even as you speak with one another, I don't know if you guys, God is not so young, but it's the 50s. You ever see the joy, like when the family get together and sit down and have a meal, God?
Yes, sir.
You see, those are the powerful things that we need, but those days are over with, man, But I'll just finish listening, man. Bless up still.
Always great contributions, 52.
Great contribution. Darwin, you said something about that spirit within you, and really I wanted to talk about identity today. And, I'm a weird guy when I'm ready, the way I think.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm going to pull things together and I throw you for a loop. And sometimes I would say something to get information out of you so that we can really, really take this conversation to another level. People probably don't know that about me. You call it Trapsy or Garth is being mischievous. But I made mention of what happened to me in Barron Springs because I am still the same person.
You are.
But I had two different effects. It's the same effect, Darwin Russell, in our nation that was discovered in 1492, now present, we say independent in 1973.
Yes, sir.
When a tourist comes off of the plane into our airport, into a taxi, it starts right there at the airport.
Yes.
The treatment, it could be so different between the Caucasian tourist, the Chinese tourist, the Arab tourist,
yes, sir.
The Caribbean, and according to how we perceive them inside of our own self is how we're going to treat them when we approach them. And I worked in Atlantis where we had the sheik or the sheikh or whatever you want to call them come to Paradise Island, and everybody, I'm not saying somebody, I'm talking about everybody who was an employee of Atlantis is making their way anywhere within any proximity of this individual because all that person was doing continuously was passing out $100 bills to everybody. You didn't have to do nothing. Just be there and reach your hand out and you got a $100 bill. And so it's amazing to me how we have respect the person. When we look to people who we deem heroes, Nico Moscow mentioned he only noticed us we do black heroes. And maybe we only do black heroes because that's who we as a population have been made to be comfortable with. We're not saying that white people aren't heroes. You had Sir Stafford Sands, you had Pop Simonet, and all these other people, Norman Solomon, and these other people were mentioned. But these people are on the monetary bills. You are not there, Darwin Russell. You are a great man. I wonder if you and your economic ability will ever be on any one of our bills one day as a great father that you are. So when we talk about heroes, we talk about examples of people, but we cannot wrong Moscow in saying that, is this just political or is it just where we feel comfortable or not comfortable? Calling you on the line, you're talking to Darwin Russell here on this cool Sunday. I'm just joined by our friend Charles Sawyer, but go ahead. Let's see what you
God, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Anytime I'm hanging with Darwin Russell, I'm good, And then now Sawyer come here to see if our friendship real. I don't know how he come here to see on Heroes Day. We talk about hero, right? And he feel like he is the hero to his son. He got one son there, boy, listen to me. He must see come to brag and boast about what a hero look like. But you know me and Darwin, we stay right together. Sawyer always waking. But me and Darwin, we always sacrificing. Now that's a low blow. But I had to throw him a little low blow on this weekend. Go ahead, caller.
Well, you know, I like Darwin, he educated in the I call you all I call you guys the independent babies. But
Okay.
I thought the independent babies in them.
My Lord.
My grandchildren. Anybody who 52, they getting mashed up.
Mash up.
You see, I'm not going to ask you guys a question.
Go ahead.
Who was running this country for the past 50 plus years?
That's it. Our parents.
No.
Who?
Lawyers.
Who?
They get
Lawyers, yeah.
Lawyers.
Yeah.
When I was a lawyer, Ingham, Mr. Christie, Brave.
They are parents. They are parents' generation. They're not our generation.
Right. So you know that case, right?
Uh-huh.
We wouldn't get no blessing until we get rid of this Moses school.
My Lord.
You see, because if I was him and I'm God, I didn't know how I go. I love God, love the Bahamas, and like my people. I mean, all my like Trump, but Trump doing a good job with him. Everything Trump campaign on, he doing.
Okay.
He doing for his people. Highways and everything. How we get $13 billion with I'm dead God. And they have $13 billion. I don't see what the $13. I pay in taxes, I can't get $1 back. The government of Bahamas don't get the Bahamas, no Bahamas, not $1. They think I cut 86,000 people every month or every the people get money. Every country take care of the people. Why we can't take care of the humans? They sell all our land. They don't have no land. I'm calling ask so we can see one of these keys so we can take this back with people.
So
I don't believe.
In your
I don't believe in none but the politicians. They pump people in the lie. They owe everybody. People working can't get paid.
So
Is that fair?
in your definition,
Thank you, caller.
In your definition of being a hero, and listening to what he's saying, Darwin Russell, if the previous generation is not giving back to the Bahamian people and not inspiring my generation, which seems to be a generation that's going to be skipped,
Yes.
then we're saying then that we shouldn't deem any of our previous generation to be heroes. There's no one before us who were mentors sufficient enough that we can say this is our hero, this is the Messiah that came to show us the way. Is that what we're saying? Darwin Russell, and then we'll let Charles Sawyer jump in.
One of the things that my Trapsy friend does is he likes to throw these questions to me periodically. No. I stay ready. I stay ready.
No, Charles Sawyer. There's something called Google. And when you type into Google or you talk to Google or AI, the answer comes right away. You know Darwin Russell to never have the answer. So I got to ask you that like I always ask Google. Go ahead, Google. Go ahead, Google. I answer.
Look.
Answer Google.
Look. When we say things like the government hasn't done anything for the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, we're $13 billion in debt, all of which are factual statements relative to the debt at least. Here's what I think we forget as a citizenry. Yes, the government may have squandered our money. Yes, there may have been corruption. But I hope Bahamians recognize that the very services that they receive, that they don't pay for directly, are what your taxpayers' dollars are used for. And when you run out of tax dollars, that's what the borrowing has covered over the last 53 years.
Wow.
So when you go to the hospital and you don't pay your bill, that adds to the $13 billion.
They don't think like that.
No, they don't. When you come back from Miami and you declare $100 and there's $600 in there and you didn't pay your duty because you've defrauded the government of its rightful revenue, add that to the $13 billion. When you decide in your own wisdom that you're not good taxes, that adds to the $13 billion. The fact of the matter is you have to recognize that whenever you spend more than you earn, the bill that we all collectively pay on behalf of those who don't pay their fair share is the government giving you something back.
They're going to fight you on that one, Darwin
That's
Russell.
fine.
And I know how they're going to fight you. Charlie, before you talk, call in the line, go ahead. Caller, you on the line. Caller, go ahead. Caller, go ahead. I think I lost that caller. Go ahead, Charles Sawyer.
Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Good afternoon, my brother.
I hope everybody's doing well on a nice, wet, and rainy Sunday afternoon.
Always.
Now, we talk about heroes and the like. I've had the opportunity to grow up in a country where we've had 5 changes of government, even though I think it's 3. we've had a lot of activities. We had where the country is benefited in ways that one can see, but there are lots of cases where country is not benefited. And so we have people who are in between who have not seen any part of the square deal. And so they are hurt. Their children are hurt. Their children's children are hurt. So what do you want them to say? Where's the square deal? The square deal was promised to all of us. Okay, if you were not smart enough to go there and grab a piece of the pie, then you didn't get a square deal. And right now, as I see it, you have to be very, very astute in order to get something done in this country. Okay, like I said, we have a set of people who are naturally gifted, kids in school. They will survive wherever. And the majority who need help, they're not getting the help that they need. So why are we not giving them the help that they need to build a country that is for all of us?
What do you define as not getting the help that they need?
They're not getting it because you find you got 35, 40 kids in a class. How can one teacher deal with these 40 children? And they got all sorts of problems coming from home.
Can I challenge you on that?
Go ahead.
Having been in the educational system, having a mother that is, a sister that is, for decades, this is a subject that is very near and dear to my heart. You have to ask yourself as a Bahamian very deep questions when you look at the problems that plague this nation. You started to allude to it at the end of your discourse about what the children are dealing with at home. Very valid point. But the fact of the matter is, 3 elements still are required in order for us to have productive students. They need to be engaged, their parents need to be engaged, and the institution needs to be engaged. Whenever you see poor performance in a student, you have to find out they're doing their homework. What is their home environment like? What is their attendance in school? What is their attentivity in class? This problem that we seem to always exonerate the students themselves of is baffling to me. My daughter's responsibility when she goes to school is not to bring home excuses, but to let me know, Daddy, I'm having an issue with this teacher, an issue with this class. How can you help me? When you don't have engaged parents, here's what happens. The child is sitting in the class. They may not understand the material. They go to the teacher. The teacher's more than willing and able to help. You go home. The parents may be non-existent in any meaningful way because they're busy working 2 and 3 jobs, just trying to keep food on the table. How much time does that student engage in their own self-study? We are in 2025. Just like Garth says, you can put the exact problem in Google. The exact problem in Google. And 9 times out of 10, it is going to give you the answer.
An answer.
No, the answer.
An answer.
Okay.
No, let's say the answer.
The fact of the matter is, our students themselves are not putting in the effort that is required for them to be better students. And that is not a fault. It's significantly, not entirely, on the institutions themselves. But go to the call, girl.
Caller, go ahead.
Goldie Daisy Starkey on the voice along with you and Garvin.
Darwin?
Darwin, eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Darwin. What's the host's name again?
Garth Roseboro.
I ain't nobody, man. We got Charles Sawyer in the studio, but I ain't
somebody
nobody.
You got voice. But, is that right? So, oh Lord,
Attentivity. Attentivity is the word that Darwin was just speaking about. You got it? Or you want to call back?
I'm going to call back.
Okay.
All right, good.
Go ahead, Brother Sawyer.
See, I'm not blaming the system, you know. The point is we have parents who have no way of dealing with these children because they're engaged otherwise in putting food on the table. Now, how is it that we have a country with all these natural resources, all these monies go through here?
Yes.
Why are we not channeling some of these monies into making sure that we have productive citizens? Okay, and it starts from there. See, I always tell people, parents are the first teachers.
They are.
You can't duck that no which way. But now when you have parents who they're not equipped. So we've lost from, 40 years ago, we've been losing them, and they lost like every half turn.
They're not equipped in their role as parents. Is that what you mean?
Really not equipped, right? So we have where we now beginning to have systems in place to say, okay, we'll circumvent this. We have the PACE program.
Yes.
Children get pregnant in school. Instead of going back to school, you go through the PACE program. What are they doing in the PACE program? What kind of statistics we have of what they're doing? Okay, we got boys. They send them to Hope, and then next thing you know, they're in the reform school, next to jail. Why are we not putting things in place to curb these kinds of things?
I want to address that. Let me just say this, caller, quickly. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead. Caller, I think caller's on the line.
Yeah.
I think I lost you, caller. We're talking here a bit about identity, and I'm listening to the issues. Caller, you got to call me back. To issues that are now facing the nation. We're looking at situations where we feel emboldened. Darvin Russell, going back to this whole idea with Charles Sawyer of identity, I want us to look even at what you're now discussing with the education system. Darvin made mention, Mr. Sawyer, about the child having some responsibility when it comes to learning. He talked about the parents that has some responsibility to learning. Then he talks about the institution, those three entities that he basically spoke about. And I tried to get that answer, Darvin, the other day when I had Belinda Wilson on the show. I don't think you were here with me that day. And, of course, I never got that response. That's what I was looking for, and I wish Darvin was there. But listen to this. When a child is born, what identity does a child really have, honestly have? If the child is going to model after a parent, as Sawyer is saying, that may even be absent or may be detached. Is that the identity that they too will begin to replicate?
Yes.
Let's say we go into a classroom. Now, I'll tell you the difficulty in the classroom, even of 30, 40, even if it's just even 15 or 10. Let me tell you the problem with the classroom that I see. As long as there's more than one student, which takes it away from a personal tutor, this is what's going to happen. And we can fight about this today. You're going to have what they call multiple personalities in a classroom.
Yes.
Garth Roseboro, as an educator, which I should not be, but I guarantee you we're all guilty of it. Even though we may not want to say it, we have a favorite.
We have a what?
A favorite.
A favorite, okay.
We have a favorite based on the fact that whatever I ask Charles Sawyer to do, he's going to do. When I talk to Darwin Russell, I got to say it 3 times. I tired of talking to Darwin 3 times. I just rather focus on Sawyer 1 time. It's easier to talk to Sawyer, and then Darwin gets left in the crack.
Yes.
Then I find out that Darwin Russell's family is the MP for my area, and I might get a favor. So it doesn't matter if I talk to Darwin 3 times and I get to talk to. I got to focus on you now because the long-term effect of me working with you to get you where you need to be could be beneficial to me. It's just personality. It's just individuality. It's just an identity. And this country, the common culprit in our country, what is the identity of that? I want to get to that, but I got to take this caller first. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, guys. It's your favorite man.
Hi.
Listen, I'm listening to this, and I am... Opinions are what they are. We all have a nose and certain things like that. What you guys are going into is the microcosm of what is.
What is? That's what I want to know.
Okay? What is?
Tell me what it is in 1 minute.
Now, the microcosm, it doesn't matter at this point. We're asking questions to an uneducated society.
Is that so, Darvin Russell? Charles Sawyer? An uneducated society?
Now, why do we have the average? And I can tell Darvin, you can ask me how many degrees I have. I'm not stupid. But this is a systematic understanding and deliberate intent.
You think so?
You keep the populace dumb, and you get what you want. Now, I've taught trust, I've taught land. What you guys are asking and what you're discussing is not the reality. It's a what is at the microcosm level. What you guys need to understand is look at the bigger picture. The longer they keep us dumb, the longer they're in power. And they're going to be in power for their own benefit. Now, you go into the government schools, which I have, and I'm a former national soccer coach. I've seen it all. And I was teaching individuals trust. And they put their hand up. They're mature students in their 50s. How do I answer the essay? What you guys are not focusing on is the reality of the situation. You are being, not you, the country is being kept dumb for, the majority is being kept dumb for a simple reason. All the schools don't have the facilities, the teachers are frustrated, and everything else. Look at the reality as opposed to the microcosm as, broken home.
I got you. I appreciate your contribution.
Okay?
Thank
so
you, my
God
friend.
bless you. And I'm not yelling at you.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Thank you. So watch this now. Let's go back to the identity Darwin Russell. He's trying to say that it's all done on purpose. But based on what Darwin Russell said today, the child has a responsibility. The parent has a responsibility. And the system has a responsibility. If the system is failing a child, is it possible then that the parents takes the responsibility of the child not performing, Charles Sawyer, and finds another institution where the child can perform? For instance, when I attended St. Augustine's College, I was a 1.56 GPA student. I was an idiot. I tell myself I was an idiot because I didn't appreciate anything. I was too spoiled. But when my parents decided, you know what, and one of the things I dreaded most of all in life, Darwin Russell and Charles Sawyer, I did not want to repeat any grades in school. I feared that.
Yeah.
I graduated from SAC. I got a diploma. I didn't get a certificate of attendance. I got a diploma. As far as I'm concerned, school finished. I done. I could go play.
Yeah.
Darwin Russell, August, I see this white pants come in the house. Striped shirt, red and white. Darwin Russell, it looked like my size. I see Viking shoe. Remember Vikings? And diamond socks on the bed. I was trying to figure what you're trying to tell me.
You ain't finished. You're not finished.
I had to go back to Hiram Bailey. And when I got to Bailey, I said, well, Jesus, if this is what has happened for true, I better buckle up and re-identify myself. Okay. That I ain't the idiot no more. I got to tell myself I got to do something about this because the parent was doing their part. The institutions was doing their part, but Garth did not want to do his part. Okay. So now that Garth realized that I have to do my part, guess what Garth did? He became number one in his classroom.
All right.
Okay.
Call on the line. Go ahead. Sorry for that, Charlie. Go ahead, caller.
God,
Darwin.
Oh, right, Darwin. Okay.
Well, that Sunday dinner must he was good because Charles Sawyer was eating, but you go ahead.
Yeah.
You got 1 minute.
What I was going to say is this, right? In spite of what people may say or think, we supposed to be forward ahead. But when only certain set of people going to buy up all the land, sell them for millions of dollars, then other thing is they're only going to pay the people, the Bahamian people, a certain amount to keep them, not even enough to buy groceries.
So caller, who?
And they have 2, 3, 4, 5 children.
Yeah, but
Come on, man.
But who's going to keep you? Who's keeping you back? Let me hear this.
Well, the main thing is, it's not so much of keeping back, but the thing is, it's not helping you to get forward ahead.
Who do you want to help you to get ahead?
The system in which we desire not to live in.
So, okay, watch this. So we have a system that you said is keeping some people back. It's a hindrance, right? So there are those of us like myself who came back to the Bahamas in 2006 of October with a U.S. dime in my pocket. And today now I got 3 houses. I got a boat, a Jeep Wrangler yesterday. I got a Toyota Jeep. My family has a Toyota Jeep. And I don't work for anybody but myself.
Well, thank God for you.
So I'm in the same system as you. What makes us different?
But we may be walking different roads.
But what does the system have to do with the road?
A lot.
I went to university. I sacrificed 9 years of my life. I didn't party. I didn't drink. I didn't have girlfriends. I didn't make babies. I didn't smoke drugs. I didn't do any of those things. I decided to buckle down, go to school, get my education, come home. They told me I was too smart. They couldn't give me a job, so I worked for myself.
Let me
And
ask
now
you something.
I accomplish these things. So we're in the same system. So
Let me
what
ask
part of
you
the system
something.
is keeping us back? That's what I want to know.
May I ask you one or two questions?
Go ahead.
Certainly.
Your mommy and daddy lived together
I grew up in a single mother home until I was 10.
until you was 10.
Yes. And my mother worked at the bank, Commonwealth Bank, until 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night most nights. I was home by myself. That's why I didn't do my homework. That's why I was 1.56 GPA.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution.
So what does the system got to do with anything, Charles Sawyer?
See, the system has a responsibility.
For what?
For me, I grew up with my grandmother. She was, in the house was 5, 6 of us at any given point.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't read, but she made sure you get your homework done. Now, it was on me, whether I was going to do it or lie to her and fool her.
So she making you do homework that she can't herself do.
All right.
Okay.
But I took up the mantle that I will get it done no matter what.
Okay.
Okay? And I happened to, during the time we had the common entrance exam, and the thing about it is, I asked for a bicycle, and I was told, yes, if you pass the exam, you get a bicycle. So I sat the exam, passed it, and got a scholarship to Prince Williams. Now, the bicycle didn't come then because there was no resources for it. But I worked afternoons, and I ended up purchasing my own bicycle.
You sound like the government right now waiting on that money.
You see, and so the thing about it is, we have parents who are unaware because they were not equipped. Okay? I'm not blaming any one party, but they were not equipped, so they didn't equip their children. We have children. We don't have the necessary tools to prepare them for life. One of the key things I always say about our system, I get to the system, we don't teach kids life skills. Okay? You could take a child through the system, all through, and come up with a 3.5 or 4-point average, and you put them in the real world, and they're lost. Life skills is what prepares you for life.
Well,
Who taught you life skills?
I did.
Okay.
Call on the line. Go ahead, and then we're going to get Darwin Russell, who has a daughter who's off and doing extremely well. We want to hear a little bit about that because he is her hero. But call you.
Yeah, Garth.
Hey, my
Give me
brother.
a
Happy
second again.
Sunday.
I wanted to respond to, I think that's Nico, the guy who's calling himself Nico, right?
Mr. Moscow, yes.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that, but I know his voice, and he's always making sense. But the thing is, one can't disagree with him. You see what I'm saying? Because it's just the level of consciousness now. I will give you a perfect example, right? As it relates to the educational system, I know, from, let's say, the 90s. Because my first baby mother, she was been to school on the Yard Island.
First baby mother. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I have two. But I only have 3 children, God. It doesn't make my business.
No, I ain't getting in your business, but I don't say watch what you say on the line. I try to let you know what you're saying.
Make it true. Yeah, it's good to let you know. But God, listen to me.
Uh-huh.
She was great in math. And she got a math scholarship from North Island side. But the thing is, I remember when she was when she was younger and she came, our system, she was saying that when she graduated from school, students, the things have changed now, whereby you have problems with logistics and stuff with subjects like geography, O-level, GC or whatever, BGCSE, whatever they call it right now, and all the science subjects where, for me right now, personally, I would like for even if the teachers listening to call, let's find out what's the status of the science subjects in government schools, given that the government have to take on the masses. And so when I look at what is being said now is that some students would take up a subject like biology, chemistry, physics as a option, and then when they reach to the 11th or 12th grade, let's say they started from grade 10, et cetera, or whatever, and then the teachers didn't come this year, and then they had to drop this particular subject, and they end up deleting that subject from their agenda. So what I'm saying is, when you look at the lack of cafeterias, facilities in the schools over the decades, it is years and decades of neglect. And so, for me, at this age, with my 3-year-old, my wife is help him with the homework all the time. I'm busy, like Darwin was alluding to.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed that the other night, she was helping him with some homework because he just started preschool, and he wanted me to help him. And I was busy, and it upset him so much that I had to actually help him. It wasn't nothing that I couldn't do, but I'm saying that to show that I do it all the time. And he's just becoming intrigued into like doing homework, et cetera, so we take the gadgets away from him. But he actually cried because I said I didn't have time to do it, so I actually had to do it. I had to find because so that's what I'm saying. But we must realize that the education system and the neglect thereof is a part of the problem.
Yes.
And so Darwin pointed to a situation at the hospital in which people really think that no one wants to contribute to it. But some people are of the mindset that they're paying what, et cetera, and this and that. But nothing has improved, and that's quite visible within the country itself. Nothing is visibly improving, not even with the public educational system. For example, when I went to primary school, we didn't have to buy things like glue and instruction paper and all of the likes and pay for all these different things that the government schools are asking you to do now. So there is some degradation somewhere down the line. Somebody has to be held accountable given the influx of migrants, etc. So we all being fed an illusion. We need a solution. People need to come together and discuss. The government is getting away with too much foolishness for decades now. So I really wholeheartedly agree with Mr. Moscow. I just have to. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Even though self-education is a part of educating, you never stop educating yourself. You understand what I'm saying, God?
Yes, man. We appreciate you always.
See, people like you online who come and admit certain things and failures, then you have to like people like that because we are all humans. But your low GPA didn't define you, Garth. You were relentless. My best year in high school is my last year, Garth.
That's correct. Okay. And we're proud of you. And I listened to you very carefully. Thank you for your call. I listened to him very carefully. Even though he made it a sacrificial situation, he understood his responsibility and stepped up to the plate. We have another call on the line. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you on the line? Caller, go ahead. Okay, Darwin Russell. I can't get a caller, so you got to go ahead.
All right. Look, there are a couple of things because I as usual, by the time we get in and really get to ventilate these issues, time is fast approaching. But I want to touch on a couple of points that I think are essential to talk about. I wish we would stop talking about this national de-average.
Why?
Because it's a misnomer.
Tell us why I said misnomer.
So, the national de-average is a ridiculous calculation, even if you want to call it a calculation. It was foolhardy to begin that conversation, and it's silly to continue it. How can you equate the performance in chemistry, physics, to the performance in history, English, or home ec? How can you say that an A in one that 1,500 students take is the same as a C in the other that 300 students take? It's ridiculous. The second point is you are aggregating those grades and dividing as though this is a simple arithmetic issue when you know full well you have created this construct called core and advanced, where if I excel at the core paper, the best grade I can get is a C. By definition, the majority of the students taking the exam are only taking core. That did not exist when you and I sat GCE. Everybody took the same paper. The thing that if we don't understand how education is structured in this country, we should stop speaking about it like we're experts. We talk about these children as though they are uneducated. Even if I accept that premise, whose fault is that? Does the fault still not rest, at least in a significant way, with the student themselves? Was it not your responsibility to pull your 1.86 GPA up? Was it not Mr. Sawyer's responsibility to do his homework in spite of the fact that his grandmother couldn't read? Was it not Darwin's responsibility to do his homework whether or not my parents checked it and they didn't check it in my entire high school existence? Was it not my responsibility? The fact is, we have to put the blame where the blame is. Here's where I give the government blame. The biggest mistake the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and it's criminal what they did, was go to social promotion. Because it removed the incentive for you to buckle down to get a grade. If you're 15 years old and sitting in a 5th grade class, I promise you that's going to motivate.
I like it, man. Call on the line. Go ahead.
Mr. Burrs.
Hey, buddy.
We say to you and your guest host.
You're calling me on a Sunday.
Darwin knocked on something what I really didn't want to go to. I wanted to talk to something one of the other callers earlier. But let me say something on there. If you have a child from grade 1 to grade 6,
Yes, sir.
that's the primary system.
Yes.
But before you put that child 7, you should be supposed to already know, a teacher's supposed to already know if this is going to be a hands-on student
Yes.
or an educational student to go into grade 7.
Yes.
You can't put a child who can open up a radio and put that radio back together, but he can't spell radio, with the person who can spell radio. You now have to separate the sheep from the goat.
Okay.
By grade 7, they should be separating. You can't put a by grade 7 is good with his hands, or good with his mind.
I can accept that premise. My issue with that analogy is why in the world can't he spell radio? See.
Some children.
No. I ain't gonna let you get by with that. No. See, this is this. We talk about identity today.
Yeah.
Who is it that says that I can't spell radio? See, you've let me go on through grade 1, grade 2,
Yeah.
grade 3, grade 4,
Yeah.
grade 5, and now I'm in grade 6, and ain't none of y'all insisted on me learning to spell radio. I don't believe that foolishness.
But
I don't believe that foolishness.
Some children
Are not
learn
academically inclined. I accept that. But I'm saying to you,
some children learn different.
yes, but our responsibility as educators, caller, is to get them at least to a basic level of competency. Unless you are deemed to be medically challenged with your mental capacity.
Yeah.
All of the children who graduate from high school in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, it is our responsibility as educators to make sure they have basic competency along with their parents and themselves and hold them accountable for that.
Just because you're 7, you should be in grade 3. Just because you're 8, you should be in grade 4. Social promotion.
It's dangerous. It's horrible.
It's very dangerous.
That's the point that I made earlier.
It's very dangerous. But let me say this, what I really wanted to call on.
Go ahead.
You had a call about 2 or 3 callers back talking about asking God. I hate this foolishness people be trying to talk about. These children who are failing is because they came out of a single-parent home. I came out of home as the last child when my mother was 37. My mother had 9 children without a daddy. 9.
My
My mommy sent 3 of her children off to university. I had a sister at university on a janitress salary with a live scholarship help.
All right.
So we were not talking, no. My sister was set with the former deputy president of the United States of America. She has pictures in her house with them.
Talk that talk.
Ferguson Archer.
Go ahead.
So we let's stop talking stupidness with this single parent thing, man.
Julian.
My mother never been to court for none of us.
Exactly.
I never could remember my mother being to school for none of us.
Julian,
my mother had 9 children. I'm the last. I believe I was my mother's lousiest child. And I had all the attention.
Julian, I love you, right? But you're still lousy, man. You ain't cleaned up my bush yet. You think I forget it? But I thank you for calling, man. I gotta let these folks close the program. But it's good to hear from you, Bamboo Town. Charles, so you go right ahead, man. Give your closing remarks. I gotta let Darwin do some closing remarks, and we only got 5 minutes. We gotta get out of here.
Listen, it's been good.
That's my good friend Julian, by the way. That's Bamboo Town.
I know.
Good man. But I can't let him get me because if I lousy, you lousy too. 2 of us can be lousy together.
Okay. See, the interesting thing about it as PDA president for 3 schools and national PDA, I've learned some things during the system about the system and about the students. And I've come to grips with the reality that, I always taught in national PDA, each one reaches one. We have lost the fervor of camaraderie. We don't want to help anybody. That's me. I help my child. To hell with the rest. And I always said to this, you can do all you could with your child in your surroundings. Don't help nobody else's children. When your child reaches the age where they're looking for a mate, where they going?
Oh, jeez.
Right there.
Oh, Lord.
And then you find, coming in your house, these same children you spend all this time and energy on, the fella with the little drop-down pants, you get body up and all. This the same people coming in your house, this your children, cut to go out there. They can't come in the house with you, then put all these emphasis on education and all these things. They can't come in there to find no mate. So it's cheaper. We help each other. Help your neighbor's children to come up to something so that when your children, you could be acceptable.
I think that's a statement from a hero. I don't think most people even consider that. I went to school with some pretty beautiful girls and some rich girls, and I think that's why my mommy put me in SAC, But Jesus, Lord, I was just an idiot. I tell you, I was an idiot. I never them rich, pretty girls.
Until you learn different.
But thank God I got one home, though. Darwin Russell, go ahead.
No, Garth, I really was happy the way that the conversation went today, because I think we really have to take accountability for the state of our country. It's almost like we like to blame everybody other than ourselves. And today, whenever you have children or individuals that understand who they are and whose they are, they don't struggle with performance. They don't struggle with focus. It doesn't mean that it doesn't occur from time to time, but it does not overwhelm them. It does not incapacitate them. And so what I would encourage people to do, parents to do, children themselves to do, is find what on earth God put you here to do. Wherever your gift is, pursue it with your whole heart.
I like that, Darwin Russell. And, today we didn't give out the phone numbers once because this is just one of those holiday weekends where we having a good communion, a good time together. But we appreciate those who know us, those who know the numbers you called in. I guess, Darwin, we just wanted to spend some time together because next week we're taking the week off.
Yeah.
Gabi
Gabi
gave us
got
the
it.
whole week. Yeah, so what's going to happen is Gabi's going to be with you on Thursday. And so, we go to a new time for Guardian Radio Talk today. So we won't be on Monday because it's a holiday. We come back on Thursday, but Gabi got Thursday. We no longer have Friday. And so we will see you all the following week. 2 to 4 on the Monday, but we'll be back here next Sunday for 5 to 6:30, and then the following Monday we'll be here from 2 to 4, and of course the line goes on at 12 to 2. Now listen to the conversation. I'll tell you why. We got so many religions in this country that we identify by. We have so many last names and family island lineage that we identify by. We got so many nationalities mixed up in other nationalities where your parent, one parent may be from, and of course, one is Bahamian, one from a different country. So that's another identity. What gets me most of all is that we continue to look at other people to create an understanding of who we think we are, but we don't ever take the time to look within ourselves and say, this is who I am. And so for you people, you have your opinions, you have your views, you have your confidences. I just want you to continue to be strong as a people. Believe in yourself. This is the identity that I really want to get to. We don't have sufficient time today. But whatever it is that is in you that is strong, that is a strengthening tie to the nation, we need you to bring that out and bring that forward so that we continue to build our great Bahama land. It's been Darwin Russell, Charles Sawyer here in the studio with me today. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We got Chris Penniman over there on the boards. And I'm Garth Minot Roseboro, and I think Lady Tito's they're up next. And so stay tuned. Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Have a great, safe weekend. Do not drink and drive. Don't text and drive. And you, before I go, you people, let me identify you before I go. Your woman, listen to me. I wanted them pull out in front of me. Ain't even stop on the stop sign. The sign say stop. Please, for God's sake, the sign say stop. Stop on the stop sign. Some of y'all women, when y'all driving, y'all don't let nobody out. Come on, man, what's wrong with y'all women in this country? And then you fellas on these one-wheel motorbike, watch yourself. Watch yourself. And some of you fellas, y'all got anger issues on this road, man. We got to live together in this country. We got to live together on this road. Be safe, Bahamas. Be safe. And we'll see you next time.
Know how to do it. Yeah, be it. What? Coming to you. Watch this. This man went down to BC as bad as hell. Yeah, they cut off me light, cause he ain't paid the bill. He said, my brother got big boss. Yeah, we bad out there. You must see one lose his job. Oh, you don't know me, eh? Boy, you don't know me, eh? You don't know who I is. Fool around and run your mouth. Check yourself, don't misbehave.